A sticker available to us is dated 18 August 2025 and marked number 097, which belongs to one of the miners.
Where date now was 18 August 2025.
How much did you say?
3,000 per each. If you are two, the back boy back.
How much your money over 20,000?
Into no excavator back,
30,000. 30,000. 30,000.
Masa?
One, this will tell me, no book might do 50,000, 60,000. Wow.
And I can find
3,000.
That's a local shop.
And on the from a young but this year you have from your Saturday again, or money, but this year no master to be buy. No master to be.
I know your wine policy excavator 3,000 your wine policy.
Your policy, a best system. Maculata, almost more than 3 hours. That time I'm about before best at 9:30 to 8 o'clock to I have back more than you. And now almost 3,000. I'm my receipt in your forgery paper. 5 days to require December, January. Now what can be 1 year, 30 million now. Now 5 days, 2 months.
How much 30 million?
3,000. Me almost me bra. One machine you have 3,000. One machine you have 3,000. Me mopa me contract enko jabu district. Me red. Me just red. Una bi kama me o se na yan fan red ya fan imam. Se ko si aye nyina ye divide ye say. In say the pana tutu na ba wo so be bua wo de. Sen ye nka ya sempa. Ye nya ye decide say a month or so 2 million. Yeah. Me dia me de. So what you say? Ah ye ni mu say odotobi ade obi mfi akire ensa me ha ye bi. Any 2 weeks or any week go na red so buy. Red catcher ye say that's one na duma na so no.
Inchoate liability, which means that those who support, promote, assist in any way any of the offenses that are committed against the environment in terms of Galamsey, you are as responsible as the persons who are participants in it and can go to jail to the same level. And my hope is that, in fact, for those who are public servants or public officials who are implicated in this, that they suffer twice the penalty.
The argument of raising funds for internally generated activities, to me, is bogus.
Abusuya mepese obeji bre na wahwe sa video yi na se eti woman mu na yesi sebi edua enya ye be wo ye ni na ye ntimi ntu ase na ye twetwetwa so yi enema hodo a ekoso woman Ghana mu pa na wo hwe de amanyofo no begina paso a sedi wo musika kire ye hu me hunu se wonu mutu ne mabie hu na mo no masa oman no ye nye serious ye ni na hokura na di kan kura no mebo joy news for abaso na mabome amenu be ma Erastus Asaredonko mabona baso papa base wa fa ato na ho so wo sa Galamsey ho sensem yi ye nim se aban ba na nso so anamon a NDC aban e de share ye bo Ghana fo se wo ba wo behwe am ye tu ase na wo hwe ne enhyehyɛ ye a wo call district assembly ni bia wono mo de amma Galamsey fo a wo mu disu Jessica pudio pa e bi no mo kura mpo kire se wono Jessica no wo mu tua de ka koma aban efisa aban de ba be ye mpunto nyuma na ye nyina ye nim se na adanko akofo adaka se wo de na mamu yo ana se wo de na aban the presidency kura beto so na nam so ema ne so asrafo ne ho amu kogu mura mu ne ade ye sikadie ne de be wo ba bia wono mo gigi sika ne bia nanso so anamon asa abre ne wono mu tuye ne ye nyina ye ne tua ema ebre be mpo duima Asante be kwa emra shebe ne ya na osa first vice edema speaker of parliament sen ka yempo kura na ke nye shoot to kill enka ye begnya kura na ke konjude mu ho no mo enka ye motuo wa ye bechi obi anka ye motuo nku nanso sansem no eka ko ye hwebuada anhye da enni mu meka se na ne mpasua so Galamsey ne bi wo so enuntin manede saa enye ne kan saa asem so you be a na nkonim hu bia nka won ka saa asem na nso na me no ka sei sebi obofo ne de na mho apaso NDC aban na wo so saa Galamsey ya ekoso yi enye no bia na special prosecutor ese chama wuntumi ene ne mining company ono me eye bie ya ene ye de chama wuntumi ne nam court ya na sese Galamsey no ye hu se ekoso anase eto atwa anase amanyofo no ankasa ne se MPP wa ban mu a na wo pese wo twi NDC for condemn NDC susu ba ban mu a adekro no a ye de hu so bo MPP aban nti eto abama NDC no adekro no bia na ese ekoso. No wonder say ye campaign na NDC for the nenam say monto mayen ye ba ye behwe na sebi boys ya wo so ye ta NDC yachi ye wo arehye mu say NDC ba ye nso benya kun atubi MPP for nko na etu ye nya bintu enti ye se ba ye no amonyofo se wo man no amonyofo se wo man no sese pa de em say manu sisi mu na so misro nya san kameka se ye hia soja ban ye hia soja ban yo ba mesramo manu sumuna men kan se yenko yeku but ye hia soja ban yen saase sei yen suo sei yen nuane sei ya to so de ye no ba ye mfudie yen suo ye bibia sei o ye hia soja o ye bisa se de kwenti aban wa hu ana aban wa hu ya se de aban na kakotwa sticker Amansia Central District Assembly for no mo de abayo district bebre na wo mutwa bi ne che se wo no matwitwa sticker aye receipt e kire se wono mo gisika na ma aban efise aban anemu no mo na utwi excavator machine akese no na wodi tu Galamsey ne dia ene ne aka cho se wobetua 300 million enti omo a wohwe excavator bebrebe gu nwure mu ba ko bia 300 million ba ko bia 300 million nya saa dia ene ye wo nkonkosa ya asase no ena afi nsuso sebi chamfan tutu ya omode yama yi nsuso eno so ba ku bia ye 3000 ba ku bia ye 3000 ti chamfan bebrebe egu nwire mu ho no no chamfan obi etua 3000 ni ebisa se o ma ye kwaya na se e bai na obi a ya soma ne se won kohwe na saa de na no mbrase no 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 kwa ne dodom ene ne botom na abusua yedi ehia ne nti onfana ni nto o man no. Now the entry of was an interest that documentary here. Join news if waka koye. Na wankasa uhubedwere umpo.
Scheme kept resurfacing with stories shared quietly among miners who speak only in cautious tones. The fragmented accounts pointed towards a task force allegedly operating under the authority of the district chief executive of Amansia Central, Emmanuel Obeng Ajeman. According to the patterns we observed, miners were said to be paying 3,000 Ghana cedis for every chanfan machine, one leg as it is termed, while others pay 30,000 Ghana cedis and more for every excavator in usage. Our investigation also uncovered receipts and warrant stickers being issued to guarantee uninterrupted illegal operations when payments were made.
The whole issue, I don't want country and the police for them. Even though some more years more for less in and from my and the one that will miss it, says Cadeta 700 million. So if I lawyer to the new, and no idea, I'm not talking to our body from a fast with
These allegations demanded the deeper inquiry, but our strongest evidence came from a recorded phone call with the district chief executive. In the tape, he confirms that the task force collects monies and that it operates under his instructions.
Assembly may as DC, Mama na start when you so on ye. On our mining desk officer. It is a Aquanian, Tennessee, and Nanya, fine, ye can't answer. And I'm going to say, the Benya already complaints is here. Or started Maui almost 1 month on one leg. Mine is on your many encounter. Ah, my friend, almost 20. One more friend encounter. Obi a wa friend bi enu ha me ma people ndi afre malam me ka che na say ene ne nkokasa na ya ma na 2 minutes wonje.
It is at this point that we confirm the cash payment in exchange for Galamsey. Undercover, we infiltrated the Jakobu Township, the seat of the District Assembly, posing as illegal miners operating at Expoze, one of the mining communities. It is time for us to uncover the loot. We secretly filmed every process and navigated the community on motorbikes. The assembly is where we intend to make payments and confirm every illegal mining scandal. Our undercover operation led us to Philemon, a receptionist at the District Assembly. He greeted us and with apparent willingness agreed to help us procure a warrant sticker for our Galamsey operation. He called one district engineer who would later send us contact to the mining desk officer himself.
Afternoon. Good afternoon.
Boss Macho, okay, your baby to stick out.
Okay, to stick out. And see, Mame, my name is Officer Linkasawai. It is no matter the man and I'm more in the Panakasawai.
All right.
Yeah, trust sticker.
Hours passed as we waited for the mining desk officer and leader of the task force, a man known interchangeably as Red, Malam or Nana, who also served as the community's chief imam. Our wait was prolonged because he was reportedly out on an operation collecting the tax from illegal miners. Payments were allegedly collected on Mondays and Wednesdays alone. Later, we managed to speak with the head of the mining desk on phone. He confirmed the 3,000 Ghana cedi payment for Chamfan machines and instructed us to wait for his arrival, which was very uncertain.
One leg, you know.
Bachani.
We have a man, bro.
The fight. A better na kepesi e kobe pikakra.
45 minutes.
Wow. Looking at Kabekwa ni ntumi hia o because he be say ke kokumase.
It's weird you would say that a state that has called, irresponsible mining terrorism is then at the same time facilitating this through what is seemingly even state sanctioned, right? Because there are receipts that are involved. It means that the state infrastructure is accounting for its support and its own implications into it. So it's a strange arrangement where the state now is in itself an illegal miner.
Our investigation points to serious breaches of the law by state officials entrusted to protect the public. Under the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703, facilitating or providing cover for illegal mining constitutes a criminal offense. Evidence gathered shows that officials who offered protection and collected payments may have crossed the line from regulators to accomplices. These actions potentially violate the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, which criminalizes corruption and abuse of public office, as well as the Public Financial Management Act 2016, Act 921, which prohibits unauthorized collection of public funds. The conduct of the District Chief Executive also raises questions under the Local Government Act 2016, Act 936, while the environmental damage may contravene the Environmental Protection Agency Act 1994, Act 490. With our investigation at the Assembly corroborated, we proceeded to some of the illegal mining sites at Expoze. Here, the environmental destruction is starkly evident. Farmlands are gone, water bodies choked with sediment. At Expoze, we met some illegal miners who detailed the exact process for making payments for Chamfan machines.
One machine money over 20,000.
Into no excavator bako
30,000. 30,000.
Masa?
One, this will put a million, no, but my doing 50,000, 60,000. Wow.
And a chamfan.
That's a no kind of shop.
And no problem from a union, but this year in Afghanistan. From your Saturday again, or money, but this year, no master to be in the buy. No master to be.
When we have policy excavate at 3,000, you want policy.
Policy, a best system. Not just the NDC family, the system. Also, my new from Galamsey, who are some nobody. I do is a wish you cannot. Someone has said, I don't yes, I'm going to get the phone number. I do miss a Galamsey near the end person. So, I think something I'm passing the brother.
The president needs to crack the whip on MMDCs within their localities. They are the superintendent heads of whatever happens at the local level. And mind you, Galamsey is not happening in Greater Accra. It's happening in the hinterlands. The communities where these MMDCs are caretakers and they hold power within that locality.
The consequences of this alleged extortion is palpable. While the country grapples with the Galamsey crisis, the Amansia Central District becomes a microcosm of how corruption can paralyze progress. This miner, Kofi Wusu, angry yet helpless, told us that his men were arrested because he hadn't paid to register his machines.
And the veggies coming, Makulata, more than 3 hours. That time I'm about before best at 9:30 to 8 o'clock to I have back more than you. But and now almost my disc 3,000. I'm on my receipt in the forgery paper. 5 days to require December, January. Now what can be 1 year, 30 million now. Now 5 days, 2 months.
How much is 30 million?
3,000. Me almost me bra. One machine you have 3,000. I will have one machine you have 3,000. Me mopa me one track and go just let's straight walk. Me red. Not just a red. One of the camera. I see and the young friend red. Your friend the man. The question you divide the essay. In say the partner to do naba was over our dear. Send yanka yasempa. Yenya decide say a month or so 2 million. Yeah. Maybe you media. So what you say? I knew say, Odo to be at the open future and some high you. Any 2 weeks or any week to go and rent to buy. Red the catcher, yes, that's one of the man as soon. I'm not security for the man.
At his site, the extent of destruction is overwhelming. Forest reserves torn apart, farms are buried under mud, yet he operates freely because he has paid to destroy the land.
Police 2, Police 2 almost 74. I am say you know police for me look at. Banya police in the better red Nankasana, so we are not doing my police leading. Then they say me
Now we need to know.
Oh, you have 3,000 and no Mujano. As I know, I say, maybe black man, or no, so I will go to machines and the machine for so. And Sana or Mujano.
At Mile 9, one of the communities near the Koboro section of the Apaprama Forest Reserve, the sounds of these Shamfan machines are loud. We pose as new miners seeking guidance. These 2 illegal miners welcomed us with the frankness of people long accustomed with working outside the law.
I didn't do no much. The
people were in house. One tracker me and had your bunch and one sometimes. I quite a cocoa chair. The trans also there, Obia Moya Dama said, or more attack will be severe. Omo Begisca na
and 3,000 now. Mutubuko 3,000.
3,000.
Purchase of one leg sticker for 3,000.
As we arrived at the assembly for yet another attempt to complete our payments, we met a woman seated quietly in front of the building. What looked like an ordinary visit would soon reveal a story that exposed the cruelty of the system we had come to investigate. She was an illegal miner. Her machines had been seized earlier this morning, and like many before her, she had come here in desperation, not for justice, but for permission.
Now, oh, yeah, mama. Yeah, where's this?
I said, "This is Kenya." Small channel.
One leg. Yeah, oh, I think I never shall say.
According to me, so means the machine is here. This might be tried to be trained.
And to my
She told us that the district chief executive himself had directed her to return only after seeking approval from Red, the very man orchestrating the illegal collection.
DC. DC, it's me,
Institutions are not working. The institutions are implicated. And politicians have figured out that, you put a few party cronies in these institutions, then the entire machinery blocks.
We returned to the district assembly to make our payment. This time, we were directed to the revenue office where we met Benjamin Akono, a revenue officer. We presented ourselves again as illegal miners seeking to register our Chamfan machines.
The impunity supported by local authorities who are supposed to be fighting this. So which policeman or woman is going to fight that? No, nobody is going to fight it because the head of the District Security Council is endorsing it.
But on this day, payment could not be made. The task force, we were told, was conducting sweeps for miners who had not yet paid for their machines.
Mining for Muko and the Chawachina.
Our final day of the investigation arrived. We were now ready to do the unthinkable, which is to pay for the registration of a Chamfan machine that only existed for the purpose of our investigation. This time, Benjamin leads us into the residence of Red, where the transaction would begin, not the district assembly. Inside Red's residence, a surprise awaited us. We met two NADMO officers, including the deputy NADMO director for the municipality. Everyone was here for one reason, to buy stickers that permit illegal mining.
Chairman, you were you. Now, where the boss,
we are seated, waiting for Red. We count our 3,000 Ghana cedis ready to be handed over to him for our stickers and receipts. Red arrived after 30 minutes. Funds were forbidden in his inner office, where we will meet him. Search is conducted, even on NADMO officers who are accomplices. After 30 minutes of engagement, Red directed that Benjamin leads us to a rural bank where final payments will be made. On our way to the bank, we engaged Benjamin further. He explains why we will not be giving a sticker, but a bank receipt to affirm payments.
was a several man sticker. No problem in the buy. So we did the especially. Don't say see up there the sticker number. I've asked that you
Benjamin further confirmed how millions of cedis are taken from miners who operate on water bodies. He says the prices are fixed at the assembly.
We use human interest.
How much machine back at the I don't know what I say. Who do you say or the price? Who do you say or the price? Who the price? That's the situation of my yard for a brother. Yeah, what the price?
It's the assembly now because I create prices at 2 for baby our year, Juma.
That's a bit. The
16,000 for machines, man.
Filming every aspect of payment with precision, Benjamin leads us into the rural bank. At the bank, Benjamin himself took the 3,000 Ghana cedis and deposited it into an account labeled Main IGF. Every step was filmed, he receiving the cash, filling the deposit slip, and even the teller processing it. Benjamin made photocopies of the bank receipt and handed the copy to us. We have now successfully purchased registration. Proof that this was not an unofficial backdoor operation, but an organized, systematic revenue pipeline built into official financial structures. The deeper we went into the investigation, the more we uncover the extortion network. This time, we visited the NADMO office hours later. Here, we met Evans Amankwa, the municipal NADMO director, the same officer whose men we had earlier seen at Red's residence. He welcomed us without hesitation, fully aware of our mission because one of his men had told him about us. He inspected the receipt we had from the bank.
Well, you're out of outfit here. You're in higher reclamation. Say one line for most of my problems. I will give baby a free pet for machine the area one more for long catasso. And I cut that way also once and the bad operations as well. The bad to the one country
This direction was to confirm the amount to be taken. His officer, in another meeting room, requested that 2,000 cedis be paid to avert any ambush from NADMO officials.
Say Juma said next week. Say next week Monday nearby Nanka. Yabe director so yabe honi yabe ye. Say name ko budget 1,000 Nanka for the 1,000 Nanka ni Nanka sasa say ni the way danas Nanka yabe Monday Nanka.
After negotiating, he agreed to the 1,000 cedis. This was paid to the lead negotiator at the director's office. A sticker available to us is dated 18 August 2025 and marked number 097, which belongs to one of the miners.
Where date now was 18 August 2025.
What's the chair say?
3,000 per each. If you are two, the back boy back.
Cinema in 6,000.
6,000.
So we know what the ball machine are mobile then on me.
Almost here for 6 months. You get it now. January almost have recovered from it.
One leg, you know. Yeah. Last week, you know, almost I said, yeah, started. And yet, and charge it most sticker. In addition to excavator. And see, I come and see, but not gazetting. And I was a yeah. And Sana, yes, started agitated. And after that meeting, no, me and Mama authorization some printed stickers, no. Now, on my site. Now, the woman, yeah, no. A year, I think 6,000 or so.
One leg, no?
Yes. Now it's 3,000 for every 6 months. And I'm actually almost a year, last 6 months of the year. First part, no, actually. And a year. And sometimes it's kind of hard. And I almost did it.
This offends a thousand regulations and more. Not only in terms of financial management within the country, in terms of, approvals that need you to be engaged in a business endeavor like this, but it's and this is one of the things that I'm actually also interested in seeing the repercussions of this. Whether or not what you're going to find is that these are monies that are going into the assembly's coffers, or that the assembly itself has transformed itself into some agent that is just doing private business, using the facade of the assembly to cover.
Knowing the damage these machines could cause to the land, the DCE insisted on why the payment must be done.
In fact, one leg in India, but
education behind my John the Major.
And assembly, I was a taxi one leg. When you say, and I'm saying one leg and the end tax for Montino. I'm more using what is like a saying in age, I to toss more Chinese and then on the age.
What you call inchoate liability, which means that those who support, promote, assist in any way any of the offenses that are committed against the environment in terms of Galamsey, you are as responsible as the persons who are participants in it and can go to jail to the same level. And my hope is that, in fact, for those who are public servants or public officials who are implicated in this, that they suffer twice the penalty.
The argument of raising funds for internally generated activities, to me, is bogus. You do not use criminal activity to raise funds at the local level. It's just like saying that when armed robbery is rife and the municipal assembly needs to tax armed robbers to generate funds internally for projects within the area. This is a criminal act.
Illegal mining in Ashanti Central is not merely tolerated, it is administered, it is prized, it is receipted, it is banned, and it is protected by the very people sworn to stop it. The fight for Ghana's environment, for its water, for its future, cannot be won if the fight against Galamsey is itself compromised by those in power. The people of Ashanti Central, and indeed all Ghanaians, deserve better. They deserve honesty, integrity, and decisive action against those who exploit their land, forest, water bodies, and